Have you noticed your favorite things just keep getting more expensive? Let's look at something simple, your lunch. Back in 2014, walking into a restaurant like Chipotle with a $10 bill meant you could buy a standard chicken burrito for about $6.50, and you could still walk out with some change. Today, that exact same burrito easily crosses $10 with premium options like steak climbing past $14. The burrito didn't suddenly become twice as delicious, the ingredients didn't magically double in quality either. So what actually changed? It wasn't the food, it was the purchasing power of the money you used to buy it. Your $10 bill still has the number 10 printed on it, but its real world value has quietly declined over time. Now it's easy to look at a restaurant and assume they're just raising prices to increase profits. But inflation isn't always that simple. Sometimes a massive price shock happens because the underlying supply chain is disrupted. Look at what has happened with video game consoles. When this generation of consoles launched in 2020, both the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 were priced around $499. Fast forward to today and prices have climbed significantly. Premium versions are now pushing close to $800 or even higher in some cases. Why? Because the tech industry experienced a severe global chip shortage. The small semiconductor chips used inside consoles, phones, computers, and cars became much harder and more expensive to produce and source. As a result, production costs increased across the entire supply chain. Unlike many consumer products, gaming consoles are often sold at extremely thin margins, sometimes even at a loss. So when the cost of components rises, that pressure eventually gets passed down to the consumer. The console on your desk didn't become more powerful overnight. The cost of producing it changed. These two examples reveal something very important. Inflation is not driven by a single force. One major factor is demand pull inflation, which happens when too much money is chasing too few goods. When demand rises faster than supply, prices naturally will increase. Another factor is cost plus inflation, which happens when it becomes more expensive to produce goods in the first place. Higher ingredient costs, higher wages, or supply shortages all force prices upward. And when these pressures build across multiple parts of the economy, food, housing, energy, technology, it creates the broad effect we recognize as inflation. To measure this, economists use something called the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. CPI tracks a large basket of everyday goods and services over time, including things like food, housing, transportation, and healthcare. By comparing the total cost of this basket year over year, economists estimate how much prices have changed. But CPI is just an average, and averages don't tell the full story. If your personal spending is concentrated in areas when prices are rising faster than average, your experience of inflation can feel much worse than the official number suggests. This creates a hidden problem for anyone trying to build long-term financial stability. We are often told that saving money is the safest financial decision. But holding cash over long periods carries quite a risk. If you save $10,000 in a bank account, for example, that number may still end up as $10,000 10 years later. But if the cost of living rises during that time, the same money will not buy what it once did. The number stays the same. The value changes. This is why investors focus on something called real return. Real return is what your money earns after subtracting inflation. Because what matters isn't just how much money you have, but how much purchasing power you keep. Throughout financial history, the goal has never been to simply accumulate more currency. It has been to preserve and grow real value. Some people invest in businesses because strong companies can grow alongside the economy. Some invest in real estate because property carries long-term utility and scarcity. Others invest in commodities like gold or emerging forms of digital currencies as different ways of preserving value over time. Inflation is one of the most powerful forces in the economy. It quietly shapes how you spend, how you save, and how you build wealth. And before you can grow your money, you have to understand what is slowly reducing its value in the first place. With that, I thank you for watching. I hope you can leave a like on this video and subscribe for more content. Thanks and peace.